Hi, welcome to Crazy Cakes Baking. I am a first-time YouTuber, so I'm going to try to make this interesting, but it might be kind of boring. What do you mean kind of boring? I don't know, just that I'm not very experienced. Anyway, so today we're going to learn, what are they, children? No, they're not children. I just want to show you how to bake and decorate a chocolate cake, and I'm going to try to make the buttercream icing with lavender, like lavender flavored buttercream icing. Anyways, using a chocolate cake recipe from Nelly Belly Kitchen blog that I found from Pinterest, and I'm using a buttercream frosting that I found from Enchanted Cupcakes blog from Pinterest. I give all of the recipe making credits to these people, and I'll have the links below. Just tell me what you think about this video. Anyway, so let's get started. Okay, so to start with, you will need 3/4 cup of soft butter, but I'm going to use margarine just because it's easier. 3 eggs at room temperature, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of cocoa, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Would you just get to the point? Okay, and 2 cups of sugar, but clearly I am almost out, so I'm just going to put all this in and see what happens. Half teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1.5 cups of milk. So to start with, you always want to set your oven first and preheat it. So this recipe calls for preheating at 350 degrees. Press start. You're also always supposed to grease your pans, but I'm a rebel and I wait till the last minute, but I just want to show you the type of pans that I'll be using today. I'm not sure what the dimensions are, but I'm sure any dimension will work. Okay, enough explaining things. Let's get started. So generally I always bake and separate wet ingredients from dry ingredients. So I am going to put wet ingredients together first. So to start with, I'll get 3/4 cup of margarine. Always wash your hands, children or adults. I don't know, it's just sanitary. Okay, so that is 3/4 cups of margarine. 3 eggs at room temperature. I cracked this egg when I was moving it to the table because I'm such a profesh. Just put that there for now. Oops. Let there be no eggshells. Hopefully. Next, it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now you have to beat this all together. Most recipes will allow you to use an electric mixer, which you can totally do. I'm pretty sure this recipe even calls for it. Next is the dry ingredients. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. 3/4 of a cup of cocoa. The recipe calls for 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. 1, 2, 3. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Half teaspoon of salt. And 2 cups of sugar, but in this case, I'm very limited in my sugar, so it's just going to be less sweet, which is okay because the frosting is going to be way sweeter. So I'm going to just dump all of this in. Look at that beautiful mixture. Alright, now that you've mixed all that together, let's slowly add these into the ingredients. Just dump a little bit and mix, then dump and mix. Now slowly incorporate the 1.5 cups of milk. Alright, now that your batter's all made up, you want to divide it equally in half into each cake pan, which I will be showing you in time lapse. Now you want to bake that for 30 to 35 minutes. And you'll know when it's ready when you can stick a toothpick in and take it out clear. First, you want to let your cakes completely cool. While you're waiting for them to cool, you can start making the buttercream frosting. So what you need for the buttercream frosting is 1/2 cup of butter. I have that in the bowl that you can see. And you also want to mix that with the icing sugar. Recipes do give you exact measurements, but I like to just go by the consistency. So when you feel happy with the consistency you've reached, then I'd say that's good. So just mix until you reach the right consistency. This was my first real cake. I know it looks horrible, but at least we decorated it. I hope yours went a lot better. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!